What if the greatest barrier between humanity and the stars isn't technology? What if it's imagination? Think about it, every spaceship, every AI system, every interplanetary mission was imagined first. But today, something strange is happening. Human technology is racing forward. Yet our imagination about the future is shrinking, and that gap, the imagination gap, could decide whether humanity becomes a galactic civilization or stays trapped on one small planet. Today we're exploring what the imagination gap really is, why it's dangerous, and how humanity can close it before it's too late.
Welcome back to Stars of Terra, the channel where we explore the future of humanity, the mysteries of the space, and the stories that remind us how powerful the human mind really is. If you love science, space, and big ideas about humanity future, make sure to subscribe and join our growing community of explorers. Now let's talk about something most people never think about, the imagination gap.
The imagination gap is simple. It's the difference between what humanity can build and what we dare to imagine throughout history. Imagination always came first before airplanes existed. Someone imagined flying before rockets launched into space. Someone imagined leaving Earth before the internet connected billions of people. Someone imagined a global network. In other words, every major leap in civilization started as an idea that sounded impossible, but today something has changed. We are surrounded by incredible technology. Yet many people struggle to imagine bold futures. Instead of dreaming about starships, terraforming planets, or exploring new galaxies, we often imagine only small upgrades, a faster phone, a better app, a slightly improved version of what we already have. That's the imagination gap. Our technology is advancing faster than our ability to imagine where it could truly take us. At first, this might not sound like a big problem, but it actually is, because imagination is the engine of progress. Without imagination, innovation slows down, big goals disappear, civilizations become comfortable, and history shows us something important. When civilizations stop imagining the future, they start declining. Think about the great explorers of the past. People like Christopher Columbus imagined crossing oceans when others believed it was impossible. Early scientists imagined understanding the universe when many believed it was unknowable. And in the 1960s, humanity imagined something incredible, landing on the moon. That dream led to one of the greatest achievements in human history. But here's the strange part. In the 1960s, people imagined that by now, we would have cities on the moon, maybe even colonies on Mars. But today, we're still preparing for missions that were imagined decades ago. Technology improved, but imagination slowed down. So why did this happen? There are a few reasons. First, comfort. Modern life is easier than at almost any point in history. When survival isn't a daily struggle, people stop thinking about bold new frontiers. Second, fear of failure. Big ideas sound risky, and in many places, people are taught to avoid risk rather than chase big dreams. Third, distraction. We live in a world full of endless notifications, entertainment, and digital noise. Our attention is constantly pulled toward the present moment. But imagination requires something rare today: quiet thinking, deep curiosity, time to wonder. Without those things, imagination slowly fades. There was a time when imagination about the future was everywhere. Science fiction books, movies, stories about explorers traveling across the galaxy. These stories inspired scientists, engineers, and inventors. Many real technologies were inspired by science fiction. For example, tablets and video calls appeared in sci-fi long before they existed in real life. Space stations were imagined in stories decades before they were built. Even modern AI was predicted by writers long before computers became powerful enough to create its science fiction didn't just entertain people. It expanded their imagination, and expanded imagination creates innovation. When people believe the future can be extraordinary, they start building it. One of the biggest threats today isn't lack of intelligence, it's small thinking. Humanity has more knowledge than ever before, but knowledge alone isn't enough if people stop imagining big futures. Progress becomes slow and cautious. Instead of asking, how do we build cities on Mars? We ask, how do we make slightly better cars? Instead of imagining, how do we explore other star systems? We focus only on the next software update. Now, improvements are important, but if humanity only focuses on small improvements, the big leaps disappear, and without big leaps, civilization stops evolving. The good news: the imagination gap can be fixed, and it starts with something simple, asking bigger questions. For example, what will humanity look like in 500 years? Will humans live on multiple planets? Could we build giant space habitats? Could we travel to other star systems? Could we meet alien civilizations? These questions might sound like science fiction, but remember, every real invention once sounded like science fiction. The future is built by people who imagine possibilities before they exist. This is where something exciting happens today. Creators, storytellers, and YouTubers have more power than ever before. A single video, a single story, a single idea can inspire millions of people around the world. Channels like Star of Terra exist for exactly this reason.to expand imagination.to remind people that the future is not fixed, it's something we create. The stories we tell today become the technologies of tomorrow. Imagine a world where humanity closes the imagination gap. Students grow up thinking about exploring galaxies, scientists build technologies inspired by bold dreams. Cities on the moon become normal, Mars becomes the next frontier. Space stations turn into floating civilizations. Humanity spreads across the solar system, and eventually, beyond it. That future is not impossible, but it requires something powerful: the courage to imagine. The biggest limitation humanity faces is not physics, it's not energy, it's not resources, it's imagination. Because once humans truly imagine something, we usually find a way to build it. The question is simple: what kind of future will we imagine next?
If this video made you think about the future in a new way, so make sure like the video so more people can discover it. Subscribe to Stars of Terra for more stories about humanity, space exploration, and incredible possibilities waiting beyond Earth.